Lock it up. Run it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series. Oh, it was so anticlimactic. The game was supposed to start, but the tunnel wasn't set. Damn it. Had that cool intro, and it didn't even hit right. Ah. All right.
How'd you get that?
How'd I get the cool intro? Dude, I'm
Yeah.
busting my ass, man. Busting my ass, pouring my goddamn soul into this game. I can't even get a match. Woody and Marco don't even want to talk to me. Then they schedule a match for you. All right, let's talk about what we got going on. Then let's circle back on why Woody and Marco want to play with you and not me. All right, so we got another round in the Blitz World Series, the $100 November tournament on the Kong map. We got Tony in... All right, I got the colors wrong. Anyway, Ed is yellow in the bottom left. Tony is red in the top right. The players are going to be playing best of 9. We have set faction swaps. Start off Soviet versus Soviet, move on to Allied versus Allied, then Soviet versus Allied, etc. In case you're not familiar with the map, Blitz style, nice and small. In the very middle, you're going to see a health crate that's going to spawn. So far in the tournament, Tony in red in the top right has not played yet. Ed has already played and got absolutely spanked by Zane. Zane got absolutely spanked by Berg. So that's where we're at. Ed's got to get a win here. He wants to take one home. Path. Glad to have you in the chat, buddy. Doing good. Hope you're doing well.
Indeed,
now, Snark.
On the opening here, we're already seeing a big difference as Tony went oil before barracks, and then he went war factory, while Ed went barracks first, but then he went double oil. So Ed currently with a better eco. No, sorry. What? 3 oils for Tony at the moment, but 2 war factories for Ed.
Yeah,
Ed,
the early war factories for Ed, very interesting. We have not seen someone push 2 war factories early on. It'll be interesting to watch his economy and to see if he's able to sustain those 2 war factories. Could be a new meta in the making. Early rhinos here from Tony, going to be matched perfectly by Ed. Not going to be able to get much in there.
The father doing so much work for Ed there, but he split up his tanks and now Tony gets the advantage. Nice micro out of both players, but Ed comes out on top from that engagement. We're going to keep an eye on Ed's eco here. See if the 2 war factory strat works, you know, to keep your eco up. It might be a brilliant new meta here.
Yep, if we don't... Oh, and Ed again goes in the monkey pit. So in his last match, I don't know if you saw it, Ed does not understand the monkey pit. He drives all of his tanks in there. He aggroes the monkeys. We had him lose a barracks last match. He just lost a tank to a monkey. You do not have to send all of your tanks in there. You can send a single tank to grab the crate. I don't know why he's doing that. It drives me crazy.
Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe we should let him know. I don't know. At some point, either way, Tony now on 3 war factories. So now Tony pulls ahead in the war factory count. And Ed is falling behind here. I mean, Tony has foils, Ed has foils, but Tony has an extra war factory and he goes in. Can he get something done here, Ivor?
Yep. And Ed's gonna come out on top here, it looks like.
Wow.
Again, the guy's colors mixed up. Ed is in yellow. Oh, but right a bad spot with that sentry gun, and Tony forces him back again. A lot of back and forth. Ed out now with the radar. Gonna see a Deso get in the game, see if he can mix things up. Both players really pushing. Tony ahead on war factories. Similar economies, it looks like. Both players on 5 oils. Both players have not bottomed out yet. And Ed with the 2 early war factories, I don't think his money ever bottomed out. I like the strategy. Ed gets a drone in. That drone is easily countered. Tony's not aware of this apparently, but you can run down and grab the pumpkin, and that will heal all of your units, including the ones that have drones in them. Ed now pushing in with some Desos.
That's a nice move there, putting in the Desolators.
Oh, sentry on the hill doing work.
All 3 Desos go down as Ed drives through the monkeys again.
Ed loves the monkeys. 1 tank out of position. Ooh, able to save that tank. I thought that guy was gonna get.
No, but he's losing. He's doing a terrible job on the micro Tesla coil.
Nice. Okay, nice coil. Tony was in a pretty good spot. That was a good coil. Tony gonna grab the pumpkin. Nope. Drives to the monkey pit. Loses the tank. Really got to keep an eye on the monkey pit.
Yeah, did you see that demo truck fail? Oh, Ed, you're killing me.
I messaged him and told him and explained how the monkey pit worked. He doesn't care apparently. What do we got in that flak track, Snark?
I don't know. Could be a mistake. Could be there's something sneaky in there. I didn't quite make out, but I did see a demo truck out of it earlier and just got sniped by the bunker. It was really cool.
Oh, I missed that.
But look at the war factory count, Ivor. 5 war factories for Tony. How is Ed going to keep up with unit production here?
So, and that's a great question. And at this point in the game, Ed's not going to be able to play the same game against Tony. Ed's got to be looking for some kind of Hail Mary, maybe Tech, maybe a Kirov. I mean, something like that. I don't like his odds in any situation, but he needs to be looking to get crazy because he is about to get severely out-rhinoed. And now Tony with the Battle App, we'll see the IC coming. Tony on a lot of money and a lot of war factories and about to get steamrolled if Ed doesn't pull something out of his hat. Oh, there was an Ivan in that flak.
But that didn't do much. I mean, unless, you know, Tony is like me and he could lose to Zed when he's in a very favorable position. Tony's winning this completely. He's teched up. He's got 5 war factories. The IC is on its way. The V3s come out for Ed.
I like the V3s from Ed, though. I mean, Ed the kind of player going down swinging. I don't like his odds. I don't think he has a chance, but I love that he's getting creative and looking for ways to make something happen. Especially in a BO9, there is a lot of energy and morale involved. And, you know, losing isn't so bad. Losing and getting crushed, giving the other player a really good feeling in their stomach's not good. So Ed keeping him on his toes, making him work a little bit for this first point. I like that.
Indeed, but the IC is out, the war factors are out, the numbers are out, and
Ed's totally screwed.
Yeah, Ed's position not looking too hot right now.
Yep.
I mean, Tony just needs to wait for that IC.
Oh, Tony! Yeah, Tony. So Tony needs to get some drones out to handle those Desos. The V3s. I mean, get a couple. Build a flat cannon. You know, build a flat cannon to deal with the V3s if you need to, but you can't throw a bunch of rhinos. That's not the move right now. I mean, one flat cannon could hard counter these V3s.
Yeah.
Ed's entire left side of his base. There's so many openings for Tony right now. I think Tony's having a hard time choosing which one to pursue.
Yeah, Tony's in a super duper strong position here, and Ed might be able to delay the inevitable with, you know, Desos and camping and whatever, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much over here. Gets an elite, which is nice, and Ed's just somehow holding on, man. He won't die.
Yep, I see now. Oh, shields that, it's funny, shields that oil deer. Good move.
It's useful, but yeah, Tony's pushing him back step by step. It's only a matter of time.
Yep, nice
he's
grab.
He's gonna get the crate. Wow.
Nice.
All of his tanks healed, and again, wow, another war factory out for Tony. I don't even know if he needs it, man.
Yeah, I like it though. I like that Ed's getting some reps in. Desos have been really good on these maps, and Ed's getting a little practice in with them. Shouldn't be enough for this game, but Tony's got himself gummed up on that top level, not really able to move through. He needs to be using the second level to move his tanks. I'd like to see some drones to counter these Desos from Tony.
I mean, there's one drone on the field countering them, but
oh, there you go.
More drones there. Ed not giving up, gets the health crate. Very nice.
Just an absolute storm of red tanks.
Yeah. And Ed again holding on, bringing in the Desolator. Tony's gonna go in here. He doesn't care anymore. He's like, that's it. I want to finish this.
Yeah, at least take the MCV. You know, at least let's. Yeah.
Alright, splitting up his tanks. Some go back to defend. Some keep attacking. And let's see. Again, it's been over for a while now, but Ed just doesn't know how to die. He won't give up. Claws and scratches. And
it's funny.
really, you know.
It's funny to see this from Ed. Ed's in a big hurry trying to get on a date, so you'd think he would throw this obvious loss. But anyway.
Gets the health crate again.
So there goes the radar. So no more. Oh, perfect IC to counter off the last of Ed's tanks. Ed, couple elites in the group, but now Ed with no radar, no Desos. The only thing keeping him alive. I wouldn't say keeping him in the fight, but keeping him alive.
I mean, to elite says something, right? For a unit to become elite, it needs to destroy 3 times its own value.
Oh, really?
Then it gets veteran, and then 3 times its own value again to get elite.
Wow.
So that means Ed is good at keeping his tanks alive and microing them, letting them get damage until they become elite. So.
Oh yeah, no, I think, and Ed's played a good game. I think we're in for a real treat with this series. Oh, that pumpkin would be big. Ed takes it. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying things. This game's over, but for some I just keep.
Oh my god, those two elites lived for so long, they're still alive.
Okay, and there you go. Ed needs to bow out. Now, Snark, talk to me. So we got Tony up by 1 now. Who are you feeling in this series? Where are you putting your money?
I mean, you would have asked me before this game, I would have said, come on, it's Ed. Easy for Ed. Ed's got this. But I just saw an insane game where Tony was perfect. So I'm scared to even suggest a prediction here. I mean, you should just know that, like, before we joined here, I was in a lobby with Tony and Frank. Tony was, doing games with Frank, running, practicing, getting geared up.
Oh, nice. So you got some reps in. Good. I was a little worried about him. He was scaring me. I feel like couldn't tell if he was committed to the tournament or not. But apparently he is, because he's playing great.
He's playing great. He got reps in. He got a practice in, and Tony's a great player, man. He's not so good at macro, but he's very good at micro. And I think this map specifically, that's actually he out macroed it. He didn't out micro him. So I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. But usually Tony is really, really good at micro. All right, so now we got AVA. Let's do this.
Allied versus Allied. Now, where do you think this leans? Tony
Ed,
more of a
Ed
for sure. Nice. Okay, well that'll be good. Hopefully Ed can pick up a win. It is best of 9, so you got a little bit of time to assess your opponent. You can get behind and come back, but always nice to keep things close. Now let's see. What are the odds of seeing a stream of GIs come from Ed? Because every time he plays Allied, we see it. And instead, we see the stream from Tony and Ed. Of course.
Oh, but here's the difference. Tony goes AFC first. Ed does not. Which means that he's going to have the Rocketeers to counter this GI.
Or a sniper. But both players have not seen each other's moves yet. Yes, as soon as he sees it, a sniper will hard counter here. Super early Rockies, but countered by that IFE, and that's hard. Rockies are just so expensive, so fragile, and you hate to see them go down like that. Couple GIs in the back of Ed's base from Tony, not going to be enough to get much done. Tony needs to be more worried about his home front. Builds a pillbox. I'd be curious to know if Tony realizes he can build a sniper here. A lot of players are not used to getting all of the faction bonuses, don't think of it. And Ed does Tony some favors and pulls some monkeys. And Ed not left with much to defend himself here. Trying to build a wall. No sniper. I don't like this for Tony. I think he's in a bad spot. He's also broke.
Yeah, I mean, he's building walls trying to defend himself. But Ed is going to get this barracks for sure. And that puts Ed ahead.
Yeah, okay. Able to squash the GIs.
On the other hand, I take that back a little bit because Ed's not building anything. Tony's got an AFC. He's got 2 oils. What does Ed have? Only 1 oil? No AFC?
Oh, yeah. Ed was too focused on that attack. And so if Tony is able to get through it, now both players broke. It's funny. Both players now broke. And that paradrop did absolute work. I kind of forgot about it because I saw the dogs. That paradrop did work. How did that paradrop survive? And now 2 veteran GIs, AFK, gives him time to get the pillbox up, forces Ed to sell the AFC though. Yeah, oh, and that GI doing work, takes the pillbox.
It doesn't matter, this is over.
Yep.
Ed was focused on that attack. He was not building oils, which was what he was supposed to be doing. And he had the early game, but Tony was building oils, and he just pulled ahead economically, and then eventually just beat him.
Yep, no, that's absolutely right.
All right, so that's 2-0 for Tony. This I was not expecting.
Yep, Tony 2 up right away. And especially in Blitz, I mean, on a regular map, it can be hard to manage things on both fronts. On a Blitz map, it's so small to be shooting back and forth. You need to be able to manage a GI rush in conjunction with building in your own base. It's just so important because things move so quick. You don't have that buffer in between. There's not going to be much time. When your attack ends, the other guy's attack is going to start. You got to move a little bit quicker. Ed just looking a little bit out of position, a little uncomfortable. Let's see what he can bring here. Soviet versus Allied. Should be a nice advantage for Soviet, and Ed needs a point.
Indeed, Ed needs he definitely needs a shift in momentum here. He's in trouble going down 2-0.
Yep. And Schmo redeems the hype dance, which is exactly what Ed needed. Let's give Ed a hype dance. Hype dance for Ed. Woo!
I mean, you can't see me, man, but I'm hyped dancing.
Were you hype dancing too, Snark?
I am so hyped dancing.
I appreciate that. Ed appreciates that because Ed needs it. Ed needs the hype dance. Schmo just in time. All right. And Tony keeping the pedal to the metal, pushing in now again, and Ed without much.
Just gonna need to make a flak track to deal with these Rocketeers.
Flak track to deal with the Rockies, and then do work on the. Okay, another sentry gun should be coming. Perfect sentry gun. Get it repaired. Oh, that flak does work.
Beautiful.
That flak just went off. Wow.
Really, really nice out of Ed there as he pushes in and forces Tony to sell the AFC because Tony went AFC and War Factory 0 oil.
Oh.
And he had to sell the AFC to afford in oil, and now Ed is on 2 oils.
Tony absolutely broke. And Ed needs this point. He needs to keep the pressure on, needs to keep a little tact, and needs to stop pulling the goddamn monkeys.
Listen, Ed has a huge edge at the moment.
Huge
in
edge.
This game. He is way ahead, and Tony calls GG.
Yep. All right, and Ed picks up a point. And Soviet versus Allied's the time to make up for loss. You got to get that point. Now things get a little trickier. And I'm worried for Ed here because I know that Ed's gonna get Allied versus Soviet here, and Ed's gonna push GIs. And I'm worried about it because
doesn't build Derek.
I forgot to build his oil, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's that was Tony beating himself there. That was
yeah, honestly, let's
himself.
watch that. Let's watch that replay real quick. I want to watch the replay of this watch this flag track. So here comes the GIs. There's 2 Rockies in the base and a group of GIs. And Ed has nothing. Ed brings in 1 flak, chases off the Rockies, then goes in and drives over every single GI. That flag track, MVP right there. Really something.
MVP.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Snark, while we have a quick second, tell me about this Woody Marco match that they apparently who organized it, and why wouldn't they play for me, and why did they want to play for you?
I organized it. The reason they didn't want to play for you is because you didn't do it through the organizer, which is me. I'm like the organizer in the community. You know, you would have spoken to me, I would have gotten it done in second. No, I'm joking.
So what, you just put, is it just a regular, it's just a traditional, I mean, it's just a regular match, right?
Well, if you want some backgrounds, there's been a lot of show matches in the past 2 weeks, alright? Mostly with Marco. Now, Marco's been destroying everyone. Legend, Quas, 4-0 Quas. Andy had 5 series with Marco in the past 2 weeks, and Marco won 4 of them.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so Marco has been on fire. Now, last time Marco faced Woody, he came right out of an operation.
Right.
And now Marco is back to himself. He's back to his top. We want to see our GOAT versus their GOAT and see what happens.
Well, I mean, I'm stoked for it. Sounds like a great match. I'm just surprised that you were able to get it together so simply. They both the players' schedules and but yeah, I guess that's the point right now. Marco's on fire. Woody wants to take a crack at the champ. The perfect gathering of the storm. And as we tune back here, we got Tony pressing in with a lot of rhinos and Ed. Now on this map, it's been tried and true. We've seen Berg do it incredibly. We've seen Zed do it. You got a turtle as ally. Keep your base tight. I like to see it build into the corner. Keep it tight. Spam pillboxes, and then cross your fingers. And it can work, but it's.
Doesn't look like it's working now as Ed is getting demolished here. Again, when an allied player goes for. Wait. Yeah, he had a War Factory and an AFC.
No, that's not.
Second oil.
Not against Soviet. That's not going to work. And this is not what I meant either. See, he spread himself out too much, so he's getting less value out of his pillboxes. He went AFC War Factory. Honestly, what I like right now for Allied versus Soviet on this map, I like to see do a few oils, do 3 oils right away, and just spam pillboxes, fill your base up, survive the initial storm, and then make something happen with an air-land combo. But the initial storm is relentless.
And this is what Tony is good at, exactly this, you know, breaking down Allied, coming in, microing around, targeting their tanks, keeping the perfect distance to target the pillbox without the Grizzlies being able to target him. Tony loves this kind of perfect precision micro, and he's really, really good at it.
Yep, yep. And showing good form right now. The monkeys, maybe the monkeys will all go off and kill those tanks. Nope. But yeah, I think that's a big thing though for Allied on these maps. You have this tendency to spread yourself out. You think you want to spread out. But you don't. Anyway, I honestly think for Allied right now, 3 oils right away and just a ton of pillboxes. I really think it can work. Because you can build, because of the cliff and like the corner,
GGIs.
you can really, exactly, you can really turtle in there though. You can really turtle nicely. If it's your
Is
MO.
that GGs, or do they get like what?
What? What do you mean? What do you mean? You think the series is over? It's BO9.
Oh, best of 9. My bad, my bad. All right, so we're back to Soviet versus Soviet. I love it. You know, I spoke to Marco about the match that he wanted to organize with you. I think he said that, like, with Woody being in China, you being in America, and him being in the EU, for some reason, all the time zones were just messed up for everyone. Everyone was in, like, in the furthest parts of the planet.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. I mean, there's some pretty big gaps that would work, but ultimately it was just kind of like, and then I kind of gave up. It was like I tried for 2 weeks, and it's like, I mean, I can't just keep messaging Marco every day of my life, you know, and then it's also hard too sometimes because you don't know, like, I can't tell if Marco doesn't want to play or if he's actually busy. Like, if Marco tells me he's busy 15 times, it's like, is he actually busy or does he just not want to play? And if, you know, so it was just kind of, it was tricky, but at the same time too, I could kind of tell, like, I don't know, Marco didn't seem very excited about it, you know, like a new format and playing, I don't know. So, whatever, that's okay. So, is the Marco Woody match that you got, what is it, what's the series, best of what?
I think it's best of 13, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's Yuri's Revenge there, and I believe it's your own, like, QM moves, as far as I understand.
Right. That's tomorrow, and who's streaming it?
That's FC Man, the sponsor, and Streamo.
How much money we got?
I believe we put $30 down.
Woody versus Marco tomorrow. All right.
But just in general, as a rule of thumb, the way you schedule matches with Woody versus Marco is you go into WeChat, yes, Woody, when are you available? And then you tell Marco, choose out of these times when you're playing.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can't use WeChat. It thinks I'm a spammer, but I don't know. I mean, we had a lot of windows for Marco in those 2 weeks, but I don't know. Maybe he just was busy. Maybe someday we'll get him in to play some Blitz. All right. So Ed, the early drones, I don't like the early drones on these maps. Again, the pumpkin can counter it, so I don't think the early drone makes much sense on these maps. And Tony pushing in, relentless with some rhinos. Forces Ed to build a Tesla Trooper, calling out the militia to try to defend himself.
And it works. He pushes Tony off. I love it.
Now Tony will go down and pull some monkeys. Oh, Tony sends one dog, or Ed sends one dog and dies. Yeah.
Indeed. So why is Tony ahead? Again, he's a War Factory ahead. Ed's second War Factory came out so much later than Tony's did. I don't know why Ed is so behind, and he's spamming infantry. So he went double War Factory and spamming infantry. Not sure that's the move here, unless he plans to sell his MCV. He's making the push here as walls start to come up. Can he get this done, Ivor?
I don't know. Gets through the walls. Conscripts gets the bunker out for the conscripts. Gonna pull the conscripts back to the bunker, but that bunker a little out of range, so maybe I won't be able to get much done. Gonna continue the push. I like this move for Ed. It seems like the traditional fight is not going in his favor, so I like it. Let's just put him in the pressure cooker, bringing the fight to him. Unfortunately, because he has those 3 war factories, the rhinos are coming out so fast. Targets the power to try to slow down the rhinos from coming out. I think that's a decent move. Now Tony out with the drones to counter. What do you think about Ed going after this power? Did he play that right there? Oh, a drone in, then he's not dealing with the drone. He's not dealing with the drone. Another drone.
He wants to get them CV. He wants to get them CV, and he does. Okay, so now Tony is low power, and he has no way to get his power back up, right? That means he's going to be building at 50% speed constantly.
Yep.
Ed,
I like that.
was the target.
I like that.
Plan,
And that, yep, and that was a really nice move. That's a really hard decision for players. You get in the enemy's base, you're up on tanks. You know they got rhinos coming. You know they got sentry guns coming. What do you do with the next 15 seconds of the game? How do you try to put yourself ahead? Do you target the war factory? Do you dive for the MCV? Do you try to go after the economy? And I like the move of going for power there. I think that was really heads up, and it worked out well.
Indeed, really, really well played out of Ed there. Like the Tesla troopers were doing work. The conscripts were doing
perfect
work.
time for the
His
Tesla
micro
troopers.
Was,
Yep.
yeah.
Now, I do want to play this replay because watch what happened here. So we'll see. So Ed is up in the top left. Now Ed is already has one drone in, but he hits that he hits the pumpkin, and the pumpkin gets the drone out of his tank. And so that was kind of a nice move. That one drone, there's already a drone in those tanks in the top left, and by hitting that pumpkin, he did get that one drone out, which really helped. He might have taken it anyway, but it was a heads up play to backdoor, grab the pumpkin, and heal your tanks on the front line. I like that. Smart blitz.
Indeed, really, really smart blitz. Okay, so now AVA again. Last time Ed's mistake, he was on ahead, he was on the right foot, but then he forgot to build oils.
Yep.
And he went completely broke. Let's see if he learns from his mistakes, and maybe this time we'll get a longer game, or we'll see how Ed adapts, what his plan is.
Yep. We'll see what Ed tries to bring here. Ed's getting a little bit more momentum back. We got ourselves a nice ball game, 3-2. Ed in the top right, Tony in the bottom left. We'll see what Ed brings. Again, honestly, Allied right now for me, I love the turtle. I love 3 oils before War Factory, spam pillboxes, even against Allied. I don't know, it just seems so tried and true because the Eagles are so OP. Once you get your economy rolling, you get 2 AFCs, you get 8 Eagles in the sky, you can just slowly pick off your opponent. So I don't know, I still really like the early turtle, but then again I do like the early pushes because they make for entertainment. Ooh, gets him too close to that ledge.
Yeah, he just lost 3 GIs for free as Tony goes with the GIIFV strat, which is really nice because the range is a little bit bigger than GIs.
Yep, and Ed in a bad spot. Ed cannot help himself from the GI push, and the thing is with the GI push, you can't do it every time because if your opponent knows you're gonna do it, then it's definitely not going to work. Like, it does rely on a bit of surprise. Oh, he can't go in the monkey pit. Oh god.
So Ed on the back foot here, or is he with 3 oils versus only 2 oils coming out now? Tony did the mistake of going.
Tony can do work with these GIIFs, don't you think? Or are 4 enough for the Grizzlies?
No. The Grizzlies counter, it's like 1.5 Grizzly per GIF.
Oh, so yeah, he needed to stay away. He needed to just to waypoint those things out of the way, get his Grizzlies on the front lines. Ed in the monkey pit. But Ed now way behind on tanks.
Yeah, not making units.
Oh, Ed's not making units. Ed when you see a player on 5K at this point in the game, wave the white flag because they forgot what they were doing.
Yeah, and now he's going to go with the GIFs for the War Factory. Ed's not repairing the War Factory yet because he has to concentrate on the splits. The War Factory is going to go down for sure.
Oh my gosh, could he say? Oh, he almost saved that War Factory. But Ed, okay, so Ed now with another one. Paradrop top left. Tony is close to going broke, but on 3 oils. Tony would have to throw pretty hard here, I think. Ed's just too far behind. There was a crucial 90 seconds where Ed wasn't building units.
Yeah, those 90 seconds will make all the difference on the blitz. He's about to lose an oil, which is unfortunate for him. And Tony with a beautiful Michael crushing those jabs as he comes in. Michaeling these Rocketeers around, and Ed is in huge trouble here. Pillboxes are everywhere, but is it going to be enough? Gonna lose his AFC. And he needs anti-air, doesn't have anti-air, can't make anti-air because the Grizz is going to snipe the anti-air, which means the Ed gets another War Factory up as he loses that War Factory, which was a really nice move.
Yeah, Ed has kept a War Factory up. Ed now on 5K, Tony broke, but broke with 4 oils is okay, because when you're broke with 4 oils, it means you're buying stuff. It means you're getting a lot done. This is one of those situations where, how does Ed survive? There's ways where Ed survives. The question is, how does Ed win here? And winning from Ed's position is very difficult. Delaying the inevitable, surviving especially when your opponent doesn't have the anti-air and you have 6 Rockies, 2 veterans.
I'm not sure anymore, Ivor, because
Oh my
Tony's
God.
not building any more buildings. Tony's not building buildings at all. Not
Oh
building
no!
units.
Now Tony's sleeping at the wheel.
Yeah,
And now,
I mean, it opened the door for Ed to catch up. He has more oils, he has more buildings, he's more spread out, he has pillboxes.
Ed's Rockies, he just has to be careful. Oh, he targets the... Oh my gosh, Ed takes it!
Oh.
Man, I give up on players. I give up on players so early. Target the power. There's a monkey hitting Tony's oil derrick just to rub dirt in the wound right now. Oh my gosh.
Tony was so ahead, but he stopped building, he stopped expanding. Ed managed to lose 2 AFCs, 3 war factories that game, and still be ahead somehow at the end of it.
That is so odd. It's so funny. I get to that point. I give up on players. I get a little lazy, and I'm like, hey, that's it. All of a sudden, you're like, no, it's not. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, but they're making it interesting because this evens out this score, Ivor. This brings us to 3-3.
It
This is insane.
Wait, 3-3. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, it's 5. Okay, so 5 is match point. So we still have a couple more. I was thinking 4 was match point. I'm like, oh my God, Tony. Okay, it is 3-3. We still got a few more games to go, folks. Yep, that's right. Yeah, Tony fell asleep. Man, just wasn't getting tanks out. And then Tony had a nice little batch of troops up in the top left with no air support or no anti-air, and Ed was able to get work done with those Rockies. Wow, what a match!
Indeed. So now it's Soviet versus Allied, and this time Tony gets to be Soviet first versus Ed's Allied.
Now,
But,
here's the question: the question you have to ask Ed is, have you learned anything? Because we know one thing for sure. There are going to be rhinos on Ed's doorstep in the next 15 seconds. And the question is, what are you going to do about it, Ed? And Ed now building into the corner. I like that. Protecting himself a little bit. War factory out. I'd like to see an oil before the AFC. I'd like to see some pillboxes, some preemptive pillboxes. Get them going. Turtle in. Tucker in.
Perhaps. Okay, Grizzlies are coming out. First oil out for both players. And conscripts coming.
Conscripts. Oh, conscripts. Conscripts with their own limo ride to the front line. Is that what we're gonna see?
Yep. Tony loves this. He loves this. He's gonna put them in the flag track and bring them out.
I like it. And on Blitz, that puts you on the enemy's doorstep in about 1 second. I like that.
But Ed reacting, making GIs. I love it. Good reaction out of Ed as a third oil comes out for both players.
Now Ed's positioning of his oils really scares me because it really gives something for Tony to pick on. Makes Ed's stretching himself out. You do have to be careful. You don't want to obviously bunch up your oils, but puts himself in a difficult defensive position, I think.
Aye. Good micro out of Ed there, but you notice how Tony loves positioning his tanks where they're like just in range of the pillbox, so they, you know.
Yep. Backdoor flak track. Conscripts coming in.
Here they come. No, that was useless.
Bit anticlimactic.
Alright, now it's going to come down to crazy micro here out of Tony, and Tony is good at this micro, but Ed rushes.
Great pillbox. Great GIs. And Ed decisively pulls ahead there. And so, I don't want to say it too early, but I think we have just settled into a middle game. I think we're going to get a little bit longer game here. I think that was the early rush from Tony. Ed survived it, and I think we're going to see this switch into a bit of a mid game now.
Indeed, as Ed out tanks Tony, but Tony is on 2 war factories, keep that in mind, but the AFC comes out for Ed, so we're going to have parrot drops, we're going to have air. Tony's going to have a lot more to deal with now that Ed has him in eco to support these types of units.
Yep, Ed with nice economy, and we're going to start diversifying his portfolio, which is always the idea for Allied. Got that first Eagle out, and now you get that Eagle hotkeyed, and you keep it busy, Woody style. Keep that Eagle constantly in the sky. It should never be on the pad with a missile ready to go.
Indeed. And yeah, he's camping behind the pillboxes, like you said.
Prism Tower, I'd like to see a Prism Tower here now. Ed doesn't quite have the money for it. Hopefully we see a 5th oil from Ed in just a second. Eagle's coming. Prism Tower, if each Eagle needs to get something done. Yup.
You called it as Ed comes out on top big time.
Nice. Nice Eagle hit. But now Ed, I don't love this from Ed. Ed doesn't need this. We want the game, extend the game. Extend the game should be Ed's strategy here. We don't need to push. Make him push. We got the Eagles. We can do whatever we want. We got 4K. I'd like to see another AFC. Let's get it rolling. Well, another oil first.
At Fort Barracks, conscripts are going to come out to counter that prison tower. And Tony's going to try to push in some more, use the aggro. He knows the longer this game goes, the more trouble he's going to be in. As the power drop starts coming in, and the prison tower targets the conscripts, which is useless. Which is exactly what Tony wanted. The Eagles come in for another strike. Where are they going instead? They're going to hit the barracks or the power? The power.
Yep. Stay busy on that power. I like that from Ed. How many? Do you know how many Eagles it takes to get an oil, Derek? Snark?
5. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Alright. Ed went low power here because he made an oil, so he needs to get his power back up, but he's pumping the cash. He has 4 Eagles. He has prisms up as soon as the power comes back on, which it just did.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep sniping. He should go for the radar. The radar just came up. He should go for the radar.
Oh, that would have been a nice setback. But the power, Tony does not have a surplus of power. I think keep hitting the power. I mean, you know, knocking him low power. Is there anything in the Soviet base we can see to know if Tony goes low power?
The Tesla reactors usually look like... I'm never sure about this because I think they're supposed to like stop having that
See, I thought that too, but I'm not always... Yeah.
But I feel like it sometimes doesn't, even though they're low power. Alright.
Oh,
5 Eagles.
Now 5 Eagles. We can start sniping oils. Flat cannon out. Flat cannon does some work. So the flat cannon takes 2. So that'll slow down the next wave.
Power drop. Ivor, do you see that power drop, or am I imagining it?
Where is there a power drop?
On top of the lab. Oh. The lab goes down.
Oh. Yes. Wow. Beautiful paradrop takes that lab. And those GIs go down. But fought hard.
Coming in right into the cannons. Not sure about that.
Oh.
It was low health.
Wow. Perfect hit.
Yeah.
And Tony says, all right, let's go. Let's see what we can do. He's going to push in a little bit tilted. Throwing the conscripts in first, trying to pull the prism towers, getting the rhinos situated behind. Monkey doing work. I think that monkey's about to kill a rhino. Ed
but
keeping...
those rocketeers, those sentry guns.
Yep.
He can't push this.
Yep. And Tony calls GG. And Ed goes up 4-3, and what a comeback from Ed. And beautiful blitz, I mean, to react. Like, you don't say, how can I do my strategy better? You say, how do I find a new strategy? And we've seen Ed just do such a good job of adapting, finding new strategies, finding ways around what Tony's doing. Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But it's best of 9, right?
It is best of 9, yeah.
Okay, so it's not over yet. Ed does get up to 4-3.
Wait, so is it... Wait, okay, so now we just had Ed's Soviet and Tony's allied, right? Snark?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So now Ed's Soviet, right? And Tony's allied?
Exactly, they swap it up.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we'd already done the swap. This is that was the first swap, right? Do you know what I mean, Snark?
Yes.
Okay, so for sure this is right.
Yes, we had notice we're now at game number 8, right? Which is a full cycle is 4 games.
Oh, right. So this will be the 4th cycle. Yep. Okay, you got all right, cool. Oh, hold on. I want to play that replay real quick. All right, let's watch that replay. Paradrop in the very top right there. You'll see drops down right as the battle lab comes up. Tony's distracted on the front lines. Oh, Ed lets him go AFK for a second though, and then deploys them, snipes that battle lab. Decisive swing right there. Really nice move. All right. 4-3 match point if Ed can take it. Now Ed Soviet, Tony allied. I think Ed would be nice and comfortable with ending the series right now and not letting it go another game. So let's see if he can make it happen.
Indeed, Tony's on the block, right? He knows that if Ed wins this game, the series will be over. So I'm expecting to see, some players work better under pressure, some work worse. We're gonna see how Tony reacts. And okay, AFC first. That's an interesting. What do you think of that, Ivor?
It scares me. To me it looks like a player who's getting a little anxious, a little tilted. They want to try to send Rockies in and win a game quick, and it's hard. It's just really hard to do. It's really hard to do the Rocky push, and it scares me.
And the war factor.
Or you can't do it against Soviet, and there's already a Rhino coming. No, I don't think that's the move for Allied. I really don't. Not versus Soviet anyway.
Okay, Rocky comes out to help. That Grizzly is dead. As Ed crushes the GIs.
Yeah.
That one Rhino doing so much work.
Now Tony does it. At least Tony hasn't stretched him out too much. A pillbox right there will do work. Ed has pulled a monkey, which will help Tony. Oh, damn it. There goes the monkey. Tony needed that monkey to go off.
It's good that he's not spending money on Rocketeers in air here because he can't afford to. The question is, can he hold off long enough for the paradrop to come in?
Paradrop coming.
Or not?
Needs to repair that pillbox. Not repairing the pillbox. Now we're very low on money.
Okay, Ed is going to try and crush this. He's going to keep pushing, and he does. He cleans up that paradrop so beautifully.
Yep, and just keep, and there it goes. Nothing left for Tony. Yeah, the Allied versus Soviet, that's a specific, I mean, yeah, if you got a good friend, make them waypoint Rhinos and spam them into your base and practice your Allied versus Soviet look, because players are going to be looking to rush with Rhinos on this map, and you got to have a tried and true strategy to counter it.
Indeed, and Tony has no cash, right? Two oils, you go AFC, and then you go War Factory right after that, so you're broke completely. The Soviet player keeps spamming oils. And GG's, the series is over. Ed takes it home.
Yep. MJ, how you doing, man? Missed a heck of a series. Yeah, wow, okay, so Ed takes it 5-3. And that's nice because Ed did get 5-0'd by Zane. So Ed did need a win. That is Tony's first match. Still, getting a feel for the map. Yeah, but it was a good game.
Yeah, no, that was a great series. Tony pulled ahead at the start. He looked OP. He went 2-0. He was great with Soviet versus Soviet. He was great with Allied versus Allied. It looked scary for it. It was like, oh my God, I thought Ed had this. And Tony was like coming out on top. But the beautiful thing and what we love about the highest tier players ever is the adaptability, right?
That's what it's all about.
You see
Yep,
see something not working and you immediately adapt, and that's what Ed did. And then he flipped the series around and took it home. It was beautiful.
Yep, and made it for a good show for the audience. Yeah, great time.